up, everybody? It's Rox, and I'm coming to you today with a review for Basketball Wives Season 4, the season finale. So let's get to it, shall we? Alright, you guys, so the show started off where it ended last week, which was with Jen walking down the boardwalk and Evelyn following her. She swears that Jen's whole life existence is a lie, and she's got a fucking phone full of men that Jennifer slept with to prove it. Y'all, she crying, snot, you know, the whole works. And really, y'all, I'm tired of it. Are you tired of it? We tired of it, right? Collectively, we are all tired of this Jen and Evelyn bullshit. Not only are we tired of it, but Shani is fed up. It took her 4 seasons to finally get fed up, but she finally fed up, y'all. She goes and she sits down with Jen in her room after Jen, you know, leaves the whole scene with Evelyn. And she's just telling Jennifer that, you know, all the stuff that you do going back and forth to the blogs and the interviews and everything, it just kind of keeps the mess going. Jennifer is just like, listen, they do the same shit to me on Twitter. I'm not the only one. They say things, you know, they respond to comments that other people have made. You know, they do the little sub tweets, is that what they call it, where they do the little subliminal tweets, you know, a message to somebody else, don't never say directly. They do all of that, and I do follow both Jennifer and Evelyn, and I really do feel like everybody does the same thing. So, you know, Jennifer's just like, I do what they do, you know, and I know it's petty and I know it's silly and I know I'm keeping the Queen Evelyn upset, but it is what it is. Like, I'm doing it because they do it. I'm not the only one, you know. Basically, why are you in here telling me what I need to do? Y'all, all of that is a mess. Like, Twitter to me, if I ain't said it once, I didn't said it 1,000 times. Twitter is the devil, and we need to lay hands on it, okay? I know that's wrong, y'all. Forgive me. Pray for me. Pray for me as I walk forward in faith. Jen says she's not buying Evelyn's whole act. You know, she's just like, she does this when everybody's around, when the cameras are around and everything. You know, maybe if she and I were to sit down and be one-on-one, and if the two of us just spoke, maybe we can get some kind of resolution to this whole problem. But I'm not going to be talking to her when she's yelling at me and screaming at me and, you know, saying all my business. Like, I don't know why Evelyn thinks she's going to get any kind of good response out of Jennifer when you approach her that way. I mean, who wants to talk to somebody that's acting a fool like that? So she's just like, I'll talk to her, you know, maybe eventually when I feel like it, but right now is not the time. I just don't feel like it. You know, Shawnee's just like, okay, well, I'll let her know that. In the meantime, Kenya's out there telling Evelyn that, you know, she needs to just let it go. You know, the fact that you get so upset and, you know, that you let Jennifer just basically get you at stroke level every time you guys get together, you need to let it go, because otherwise you're going to always be like this. It's never going to pass, and, you know, your life is going to be consumed with trying to, you know, get at Jennifer. This is the best advice I heard the whole damn season. Get the fuck over it, Evelyn. Get over it. Suddenly, everybody is so mentally drained. They're over the whole thing, you know, all the drama of the island. Tammy especially, she goes and says how she's tired and, you know, she just, you know, I'm just like, you the one that got the fucking shit ball rolling. All of a sudden, you tired of everything. I mean, it's your fault, really, that you started off this trip the way it's gone. Amazing to me. And that's exactly why Tammy gets her ass shitted on by the birds when she's just sitting out there talking, because it's a whole bunch of bullshit, okay? It looked like it was a sign from the gods. A sign from the gods. Look, I'm going back to my Spartacus days. That they just gonna, you know, he was like, we gonna pour the shit out on it, just all of it. Shake it all out right on Tammy. Jennifer realizes that she can't stay in her little cabana for the whole trip, and I beg to differ. Once again, I would argue with Jennifer. I would have stayed my ass in that hut the whole time. Really, I don't really know why Jennifer came. When I look at her on the show, she looks miserable. Like, I've been miserable for her for the last 3 weeks that we've been watching this on the show. When they first got there, the place was so beautiful and everything was so blue and the water and everything, and now when I see it, it looks like it's a jail. You know, it's confining, it's small, the girls can't get away from each other, and it was just a miserable place to be. If she wasn't forced to go legally by the show, I have absolutely no idea why Jennifer would even put herself through the however many days that she was there, 3 or 4 days, you know, whatever it was, to me it wasn't worth it. It's the last day. I think it's the last full day that they're going to be there. And, you know, everybody's kind of sitting out on the beach, just hanging out. And Jennifer feels like she needs to go on out and talk to the girls. She gets out there on the beach. The girls are already sitting out there. Amazingly, there's a chair that's open right next to Evelyn. When they showed the commercials, it made it look like it was just she and Evelyn talking. But, you know, once again, it was a whole big audience. Everybody was sitting there. Shawnee, Tammy, Evelyn, and Susie. Jennifer sits down, and, you know, immediately the air is thick with a funky attitudeness. And, you know, everybody's just kind of looking. Nobody really knows what to say. Real uncomfortable. And everybody's mad at Jen, I guess. And, you know, these are the times when I feel like there must be things that happen off camera that we're not privy to, because a lot of the reason why everybody is so upset, it doesn't make sense to me. Like, it just feels like it's more that isn't being said. And, you know, Evelyn keep harping on this 1 or 2 things. It just seems like it's more to it that we don't get a chance to know about. Jennifer sits down next to Evelyn, and Evelyn immediately starts right back up on the, you know, you keeping all the shit going, and, you know, I know what you did, and I'm tired of you trying to act like you don't do the same things. And, you know, basically you fucked around when you was in Vegas, and, you know, you fucked some guy without a condom, and even Susie knows about it. So Susie's over there like, oh my God, leave me out of it. I have nothing to do with it. Jennifer is just looking like, I don't really understand why Evelyn is so concerned with Jennifer's pussy struggles. Jennifer's like, I have no concern of what your vagina does. What does that have to do with anything? You know, what does that have to do with anything? In the grand scheme of things, you know, when we talking about this fight, you guys are fighting because she slept with somebody without a fucking condom on in Vegas. You know, it's stupid. We've all done some dirt. We all have a past. What does Phaedra always say? Every sinner has a past. Okay, we've always done some shit, and nobody wants their shit thrown out for, you know, public consumption. Evelyn is saying that Jennifer is hiding the fact that she's, you know, fucking around and sleeping with all these people. But why would she put that out? Why would she want everybody to know that? And whose business is it anyway? And who the fuck cares? As long as she ain't got no damn disease, and as long as she fine with it, then I don't understand why we got to be so worried about it. Why we need to be so informed all the damn time. I think you guys get the impression that I just love Jennifer to death, and that is really not the case. I'm trying to be fair here. I don't know if Jen is my favorite person on the show, but I do feel like Jen is the least wrong out of all the girls. Now, Jennifer does have her issues, because what bothers me, and what I've told you guys plenty of times, is the fact that Jennifer doesn't own up to what she's done. The fact that, you know, Jennifer did this interview with Jamie Foster Brown, with Sister to Sister, and you know, her denying that she did it, and then she won't admit to something until she gets backed into a corner. So once she said she didn't have an interview, then they said, you're talking to, you know, Jamie Foster Brown, and then all of a sudden she's like, okay, well, I did, but what's the big deal? So it's frustrating to me even to listen to that, because it's like, just admit the shit. Say what you want to say. You know, you did it, okay, and you were right in doing it if that's what you felt. So I don't really, that part about Jennifer really gets on my nerves. You know, she doesn't say anything to the girls when she's sitting there with them, but then she gets big and bad with her lawyers, and that is maybe why everybody is so annoyed with her, because when she has a chance to say something to them, she won't say it. Yes, she still has the right to do what she has to do as far as her legal matters are concerned, but, you know, just the fact that you never, ever say anything when you have a chance to say it right there with them is I can see how that would be frustrating. While they're sitting there, Jennifer is steadily not admitting to anything of her part, any of her doing. And, you know, Evelyn just basically calls her a non-motherfucking factor and dismisses her. And I was just like, oh, ain't that some shit? I mean, you really just talked to Jennifer like that? And Jennifer had nothing to say. I was speechless. I just smirked at the TV. I wish a motherfucker would tell me to get the fuck up away from, on a free fucking beach. I'll sit right here. This is community air. I gotta get up and leave. I can breathe right here. I can sit on this. I'll lay my ass back on there and tan just like everybody fucking else. Jennifer gets up, she leaves, and, you know, she just don't want to be there no more. Now, just like I said, you know, she gets away from the girls. Kenya goes to check on her because she realizes that she was over there talking to the girls. And all of a sudden, Jennifer is all big and bad. You know, she's just like, the girls are all mad at me. But why would I want to sit there and talk to them and spend time with them on my vacation when, you know, people are throwing bottles and jumping off of tables and everything? But why the fuck you didn't say that to the girls when they was all sitting together? See, that's the problem. Like, you never really say. Everything is, oh, I didn't know. Oh, I didn't try to do that. I didn't do an interview. It's just like, yes, you did. Okay. And if you did it, then that's fine. But you need to admit that you did it. And, you know, it's like, stop acting like you don't know what the fuck is going on. She basically tells Kenya that she's over it. And to make a long story short, her and Kenya leave that day. The last night that they're all in Tahiti and the girls all get together for dinner. They're sitting there at dinner and Evelyn is feeling some kind of way, you know, so she gives everybody a gift bag and it has her makeup and it has, you know, some real touching letters that she's written personally out to everybody. That was nice. So they're looking through the makeup palette and everything, and, you know, somebody real smarmily, you know, says something about the fact that, oh, it's a whole bunch of colors and it's a lot of makeup and it's, you know, more than just 4 lip glosses. Evelyn's makeup line is from a general makeup distributor. I'm not hating, because it's wonderful that she's decided to, you know, grab the bull by the horns and ride on off into the makeup sunset. But what I'm trying to say is anybody can go to a general makeup distributor and put their name on it's basically just some plain black palettes and, you know, plain black lipstick tubes and plain black eyeshadow palettes, and, you know, it's all very general and generic, and you just basically silk screen your name on it, and then you could become a makeup distributor too. Have you heard of Coastal Scents and BH Cosmetics? They're the exact same thing. No shade at all, because Evelyn is doing what she's doing, but what bothers me is how they always compare Evelyn's line to Jennifer's line. Okay, we all know that Jennifer only has 4 lip glosses, and yeah, I would have thought that she would have been a little bit more advanced in her makeup game, but you know, I guess it's probably more when you're trying to truly build a makeup line from the ground floor up, as opposed to just putting your name on some product. If you guys go to the hair shows, like it's a hair show in Atlanta all the time, I go twice a year, and I really just go for the makeup and the makeup brushes. The general distributor that I'm talking about, they have a booth. Makeup all over the place, brushes all over the place, and for very, very cheap, and that is all that this is. So I just wanted to make that clear. You know, I know that they said that this is the same distributor that makes MAC. I don't know how true that is. I think MAC is made by Estee Lauder, right? I remember Estee Lauder bought out MAC, or took over the company. I don't really know who makes what makeup and who did what and all of that. All I'm just trying to tell you guys is that I don't like the fact that they always down in Jennifer's makeup line when it's 2 totally different processes going on here. They're back in Miami and there's nothing really. The only thing is Royce tried to be a voice of reason and talk to Tammy and basically tell her that she was tripping the way she treated Keisha. Tammy is pissed off about it. She don't like the fact that Royce is trying to tell her anything. You know, she was just like, the bitch is what she is, which is pitiful and sorry, and that's the only reason why I didn't whoop her ass, and I don't like her, and I don't like the fact that you're trying to sit here and tell me about myself when you weren't there. You don't really have to be there to know if the shit was wrong, you know, when Keisha was telling Royce how it went down. I mean, common sense, the normal average person would know that you was really tripping when you did what you did. You didn't even have to see it. Tammy has no remorse at all, and that's why I don't know if I really feel this whole I'm sorry Tammy now, because it feels like the only reason why she's sorry now is because of all the backlash and the criticism that she got for what she did to Keisha. Still don't know if I believe that she's truly, truly sorry for what she did. When they get together for the season finale dinner that they all usually do as a big group, again, it's only 4 people. Susie, Tammy, Evelyn, and Shawnee. And, you know, they're just talking about basically how the last 4 months of foolery has gone down. Tammy's like, fuck Royce, so I guess Tammy and Royce done fell out. They not friends no more. I think Tammy's wrong on that. And then again, you know, we close it out with Jennifer and how real she's not, and how she's fake, and her whole life is a lie, and her existence is phony, and she doesn't have any friends, and she's not loyal to anybody, and blah, 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 blah. You guys know how it goes, and that is how the show ends. Shawnee goes and talks to her Bishop Ulmer, who has he's like one of the mega church preachers, pastors, bishops, whatever you want to call them, out in Los Angeles for Faithful Central. That's her church. She goes and talks to him, and she's telling him how, you know, I'm just not really sure how I'm feeling about everything that's going on the show. And, you know, I'm worrying that people are starting to associate me with all the hood rat, ghetto, fantabulous tendencies and foolishness that goes down on the show. And I'm wondering if this is starting to affect me in a negative way. She should be worried about it because it is affecting her in a negative way. In the past, Shani has done really well in keeping herself distanced from all of the bullshit, but this season has been a little different, and it was strange to me that she would even put herself in the predicament that she has. I mean, she really made herself a whole lot more visible this season, and I didn't really ever understand why. The bishop tells her basically that you have surrounded yourself with a bunch of fools and they are dragging you down into the abyss. Okay, you are being pulled down into the valley of fuckery, and the only way you're going to save yourself is to, you know, shake them off and really let them go and get away from them. Shani needs to go on and wear her executive producer hat and stay off camera. We just associate Shani with Evelyn and, you know, Tammy, and the arguing and the bickering and the fighting and the bullying and all of that. And, you know, the fact that Shani sits there and won't say anything, it just really makes her seem insensitive. And she just really doesn't need that kind of publicity. I've always admired Shani's business sense. You know, whatever Shani has done in the past, I feel like she's been smart and has been able to build her, you know, her legacy basically, and it's about to get fucked up by this show. Just go on and take the back seat and, you know, get your money that way, and really there's no need for you to really be on the show. I watched Single Ladies last night. I'm not going to review the show because it's just, you know, the show is good. I like Single Ladies. It's entertaining to me, but the acting is really bad. And I just really like to watch it because the storylines are good. And you know, everybody always looks so fabulous and everything is so glamorous and so beautiful and so nice and so sexy and so all of that. But I won't be reviewing it, so y'all don't ask me. To me, the new girl, what's her name? What's her name? I can't think of her name, but to me, you know, everybody kept saying that nobody could take Stacey Dash's place and they were just going to do without the character. But if you ask me, she could have slid into that character with no problem. She reminds me of Stacey Dash. She acts like Stacey Dash. She sounds like Stacey Dash. She's about her same build. She almost looks like her. It's like she could have taken the spot. It seems like it would have been better if they would have just put her in that spot instead of starting a whole new character and her and the white girl so close, you know. And I thought she just came around. It's only been 2 weeks. Like that part is kind of, you know, from my writer standpoint, I ain't really feeling it, but whatever. It's still, she's fine, you know. Lisa Ray, I'm always gonna say, is always gonna be Diamond. I think the white chick is the best actress out of the three. It's a cool show. We're gonna watch it because it's entertaining, and it's good to see black people on TV. You know, we don't have too many positive shows that we can say for ourselves, so we just gonna keep Single Ladies. We gonna keep it. It's our baby. It's our little baby. Maybe she's still just trying to grow. Alright, you guys, make sure that you rate, comment, and subscribe to my channel. I'm itsrox. The channel is for itsrox, and everything else that I do will be in the bottom bar below, okay? I hope that you guys have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day, and I plan on doing the same. Until next time, Roxstars. Bye.